Hey everyone, welcome back to another pickup video. This month in April, Midwest Gaming Classic came and went. Had a great time. I went with Greg and Matt. We wore our Arcade Impossible t-shirts. Kind of stayed out of the crowd for the most part. We didn't hang around too long just because of the snowstorm that was coming through. We wanted to make it back, plus Matt had to work the next day. But we were there. We got there a little late, around 9:30, and we probably stuck around until about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Met up with the usual crowd that we see every year at the convention, made it once through Star Wars Arcade, Gallop and Ghost. Spent most of our time in the vending area and the game room, of course. Um, I didn't really find anything that I was looking for in particular. I was going in looking for variants of Dreamcast games, didn't find any that I didn't already have. But I did find some Sega Saturn imports I was just keeping my eye out for. Um, they had some pretty decent quality titles. I did not pick up the more expensive stuff. I went cheap. So what I did end up getting there was a copy of Last Bronx, a 3D weapon fighter by AM2 Studios, who in the Dreamcast era went on to create Virtual On, Crazy Taxi, and Virtua Tennis. Now, the difference between this, I do own the American version for the Saturn, but the Japanese version, and I've always kind of had my eye out for it, was a double CD. This included on the second CD kind of a making-of documentary, a CG gallery of the characters. I also included a double-sided poster where one side had all the character movesets. So some extra goodies that we actually didn't get here in the US. It's a pretty good shape. The guy gave it to me for $5, which was a steal. This normally goes for around 15. The only thing is it is kind of faded on the side of the spine, but the game is in great shape. I may end up streaming that at some point just to show the difference between the US and the American version, because there are some differences. I also got Evangelion. This is a strategy RPG game, which is completely in Japanese, has no English. So I will not be able to play this one, but I just thought it was kind of cool. Again, it was $5. The guy just had a bunch of cheap Saturn games that he was selling for $5 to $8. So I ended up kind of picking through and choosing some. There were a couple that I wanted to pick up, but I didn't. I kind of regret it, unfortunately. But hey, shout out to Vidya Gamer, who actually stopped and said hi. Unfortunately, we didn't get a whole lot of time to hang out. Maybe next year we can grab a drink or something, which would be great. I thought it was surprisingly, we kind of got through without a lot of people stopping us. So, but at the convention, I got my itch scratched for playing pinball games. Stern was there this year with showing off the new Iron Maiden pinball table. Of course, my favorite is probably the Ghostbusters one that they did a few years back. But because of that, and because I can't really afford a pinball machine myself, I went to GameStop afterwards and picked up Stern's Pinball Arcade for the Switch. This actually includes the AC/DC, the Ghostbusters, and more of their more recent tables. And it's been keeping me satisfied for playing some pinball games. And it's kind of unique on the Switch. Also for the Switch, I picked up a kind of risque game, Galgun 2. I own Galgun Double Piece for the Vita, and I really enjoyed it. It's kind of an over-the-top, kind of goofy comedy thing. It's an on-rail shooter, kind of in vein of Panzer Dragoon, House of the Dead, Virtua Cop. But the unique thing about this version is on the inside, that is the insert to Wild Guns on the Switch. P-Cube is aware of it, and they are sending out free replacement covers to North American people who bought this game, but I just thought it was kind of funny. It's the game and everything, and the outside is what it should be, but the inside is clearly not correct. So, misprints, they're always fun to come across. A unique game that Matt actually found, and he let me snag it. I don't normally collect for the system anymore, but I thought it was really cool because I'm kind of a dweeb and a guilty pleasure playing these games. And that is the Hatsune Miku Project Diva for PSP. This is an import, but some of it's in English. What really drew me to this, though, is the art style. I love the cover art. It's kind of like an oil painting type or pencil drawing. And on the inside, which is really cool, oh no, sticky stuff. I did get a memory card for the Vita, which was 15 bucks. These are getting harder to come by, but here's the inside, and I really like this. You see the instruction manual, but it kind of bleeds into the background, or the back slip cover. In fact, when you actually pull out the instruction manual, it's the full folder art piece, which I really liked. I thought that was a nice touch. You don't see that too often. Just the back side of the instruction manual. But I thought that was really cool. We didn't get Project Diva here in the US. We got Project Diva X and F Second for the Vita and PS4, and I think PS3. But yeah, I just thought it was really cool, and it was really cheap. It was like $3. Vita. All day long, Vita. Bunch of limited run releases. We got Factum 90. Oddworld Munch's Odyssey. This is the other cover. There's like 3 different covers you can get. Revenant Saga, an RPG that kind of looked interesting. Just simple cover. Home, a survival horror game. And a non-limited run release this month we got, which is one of probably the few remaining retail games we'll probably get, by Axis Games. This is an Otomi visual novel, Psychedela of the Black Butterfly. And I love this cover art. It's really kind of crazy, cool, very wild cover art. I really enjoyed it. And of course, what I'm playing the crap out of this month is Yakuza 6. I did get the premium after hours edition with the glasses and everything. I just didn't want to haul that in here. The thing's huge. Comes with the art book and coasters and all that. But really enjoying this series. If you haven't played the Yakuza series, go pick it up. It's a great single-player adventure, crime thriller, over-the-top Japanese humor, but some pretty shocking, lots of plot twists. Everybody's backstabbing everybody in this series. It's kind of, very tearjerkery, very sweet, very compelling story. Probably one of my favorite series that Sega has put out in a long time. And it's getting really great reviews. So, that's it. Short, simple, sweet. Next month, who knows what's going to happen. Summer's coming, so it's going to be crazy. I won't be going to a whole lot more conventions really this year. I think Anime Central and Combo Breaker is kind of what's coming up, but those, I won't be picking any games up. That's just to go for the fun of it. Anyway, that's it for now, guys. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.